All right, Gordon, it's up to you. I don't want to see any goats around here after the game. You got it? Now, you missed this shot. You're not just letting me down, you're letting your whole team down, too.
He hit the goal post with a chance to win the game. What a heartbreaker, little Gordon Bombay.
Welcome back. It is your DJs that like to spin it, mix it, throw it back, and dissect it. And we got another special movie review dissect for you. Joining me today is another special guest host, Mr. J-Wey, Jason Malabuyoc.
What is up, man? Always good to be back. Made it out here to beautiful Hermosa Beach and just ready to break it down.
Yes, and Jason had to come in today because I told him if you miss this podcast, you're not only letting me down, you're letting the whole team down.
And that's the last thing I wanted to do, trust me.
No, those are powerful words.
Yeah.
There's no way that anybody can hear those words and not just like shoot straight for the puck, you know? Or the net.
I like
shoot straight for the net. I want to know, where does that rank on the all-time Mount Rushmore of inspirational speeches, would you think?
It's up there. I mean, you know, the first time I watched... By the way, do they know what we're even talking about right now?
That's right. We should actually... you know what? I'm going to play a little soundbite beforehand. And there will be a title at the name of the episode. But let's go ahead and let's bring it up. The episode today is about the legendary 1992 film, The Mighty Ducks. Quack,
Quack, quack, quack, quack, quack. Go Ducks!
I'm hyped now. I don't know about y'all.
That was very good, considering that was our first time doing that chant together.
We haven't done it all day. We've resisted. I held it off for the pod.
Yeah.
And after dealing with technical issues for the last hour and a half, I am very excited to finally get to the point where we can talk about a fictional hockey team that turned into a real hockey team from a 1993 Disney film, because that's really what life is all about, Jason.
That's like reverse. Normally you're a team and then they make a movie about you. This was, let's make a movie and then make a team out of it.
That brings me to this. I have a question for all the Duck fans out there, and I mean the Anaheim Duck fans. Are you guys aware that the origination of your team's name comes from a fictional law firm tycoon from a Disney movie in 1992? Because that's really where it all started, Jason.
Mr. Ducksworth.
Gerald Ducksworth.
His name was Gerald?
Gerald Ducksworth, yeah.
Well, shit.
And his legend still lives on today via the Anaheim Ducks, which still swim the pond proudly, which is actually not called the pond anymore. It's called the Honda Center, but it's still the pond to me.
And they also took out the Mighty out of the Ducks.
It took the Mighty away at some point. I feel like that was coinciding with at a certain point they were not being owned by Disney anymore. And it's similar to, like, I think it was like around the same time the Anaheim Angels took away their big like A-wing logo and kind of had less of a cartoony look. I think that was also around the time the Ducks lost the Mighty, because they decided, you know, this Mighty shit is kind of gay. I don't know.
It kind of loses its luster, though, you know? I expect Ducks to be mighty if I want to fear them. If you're just an Anaheim Duck, I'm like,
yeah.
Are you, you know...
Should I feed you some slices of bread?
Yeah.
You know? I could sit on this bench and like watch you muddle around.
Yeah.
Just a bit in the bushes, but they needed to come out of the gate mighty, though, for them to be taken seriously. I was going
to hate on Anaheim real quick, and I kind of caught myself, but I'm like, if you're an Anaheim Duck, are you a criminal?
Still... Are you a cruck?
Yeah. Are you a cruck? Oh, my goodness.
Write that down.
How can you be a cruck if you came from a law firm? Hello.
You could definitely be. This is what I mean. This movie teaches us something. If you're from a law firm, you could be up to all kind of like sketchy business, but you can also run a youth Pee Wee hockey team, and that is something that we learned from Mr. Gordon Bombay. I have a timeline here for you because I was curious about how this movie, in coinciding with the team, came to be. So October 1992, movie gets released in theaters. December 1992, just 2 months later, the NHL awards a hockey team to the city of Anaheim, which is then owned by the Disney Corporation. October 1993, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim take the ice. So this all happened within like a year span. This movie comes out before they're even like sure how successful it is in theaters. They're already naming a team the Ducks just 2 months later. So I mean, like, think about that, like, in our times. Like, a movie that came out 2 months ago already would be having an entire sports team named after it. Like, that would send shockwaves. It's putting a lot of hope on the movie that you just released being a successful, like, long-running franchise. Unfortunately for Anaheim and all of their fan base, they hit a home run with this one because this is a hockey movie that I don't think me and you are even, like, really big hockey fans, right?
I used to be. I played a lot of roller hockey, like a lot of kids did in our age. We played roller hockey, crushed a can, used that as a puck.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Hockey stick the shit out of it.
I kind of took a break, you know?
Yeah.
I grew up. I don't know.
Yeah. I've never, hockey has always been sort of hard fourth or fifth on the list of my favorite sports. I get into it when the Kings make a run to the Cup. And out here in Hermosa, the South Bay loves the Kings more than any other team. So it gets exciting. But other than that, yeah, you know what? I can't really be asked to watch like regular season hockey. Playoff hockey gets a little bit more exciting. I kind of like it when the games go into like mad extra overtimes. That's always fun. But
in person, going to an hockey game, totally different from watching on TV. But I can't name any players right now. I don't know about you. I used to be able to.
Anze Kopitar, my favorite Los Angeles King. I think he's still playing.
That's what's up.
And I think Mike Modano is still playing. Right?
What about Basil McRae?
Basil McRae. Mike Modano and Basil McRae coming off the bench. Coming off the bench in the middle of the movie. Dropping in to check on Gordon Bombay. You know, meet the whole squad. I think Basil McRae calls him a farmer. He says, I heard you were a farmer with his like Canadian accent.
So Canadian.
Yeah. And
so Canadian right there. Hey, Gordo. Like,
yeah.
Hey, Gordo. Gordon Bombay, right? You remember me? Sure, from Pee-wee's. This guy used to rule in Pee-wee's.
Oh, yeah? I heard you're a farmer.
Actually, I became a lawyer. But I'm coaching Pee-wee now, and this is my team, the Ducks. Ducks, this is Basil McRae and Mike Modano.
We didn't know.
All right.
To be fair, Gordon, like, he handles it gracefully. He's like, actually, I'm a lawyer. I don't know. Is that like some shit talk? Were you throwing at my... I don't know. I didn't get what you were going for right there. But no, I'm actually a lawyer, and this is my team. Yeah. They'd love to meet the Minnesota North Stars, as they were known at the time. Then turned into the Dallas Stars. A lot of moving parts. So... as our movie coverage goes, I would like to just kind of do sort of a little bit of a rundown. Got a couple main notes. Let's pick it right back up with this. You missed the shot. You're not just letting me down. You're letting the whole team down. Start of this movie is like, honestly, really awesome. The way it's shot, the cinematic like view of it, the way it's kind of got that like sort of, you know, filter over it that you can tell you're looking at something from back in the day. The music, I have come to a point now when I just love when movies like get me right in. Like give me a scene right away that I can get invested in. We know we're watching a past moment that is young Emilio Estevez, and you know, we see this traumatic moment that just ends up not only defining his entire adult life, but apparently the entire town in this random city in Minnesota.
They came in pretty hot. I just want to say during the credits, you're still reading who's producing the movie, who's the key grip or whatever. I'm not familiar with those terms. And then, like you said, all of a sudden, little dusky, little misty. And little Gordon looks like a 4-year-old, not confident boy about to take the biggest shot of his life. And then the goalie is about in his mid-20s with the skeleton mask to make it even more intimidating.
Fuck yeah, 70s hockey. You know what? Dude. If I grew up in the 70s, I almost like feel like I would have been more of a hockey fan just because it looks so much more gritty. Everybody's had those like hardcore masks, the goalies did. Nobody wore helmets. There's something about like 70s hockey that it's just even more, all the more badass. So, but yeah, what a classic throwback scene that is. Great way to start the movie. You get Coach Riley with the most inspirational words of all time. You're not just letting me down. You're letting the whole team down. So here's my Mount Rushmore of inspirational. I think it's Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday.
Great speech.
Right. Denzel, Remember the Titans. Billy Bob in Friday Night Lights. And Coach Riley, letting you know. He's not sugarcoating it, you know?
Yeah, no pressure, but if you miss this shot, everyone's going to fucking hate you, including myself. You're going to let your parents down, all the kids at the pond that you play with, you know, the milk guy. Everyone's going to fucking hate you.
Milkman will hate you.
Yeah, everyone.
How far we've come as a society to where that was the inspiration that you would get in 1973. You know what? And it hardened young Emilio, a.k.a. Gordon Bombay, to become the hardcore winningest lawyer in the state of Minnesota that
Just
he became.
win.
You know, can we not thank maybe Coach Riley for turning him into the winner that he is? You know, he had that hardcore taste of defeat, and Riley let him know. He looks at him and he shakes his head. He's like, "You let me down, kid. You're never going to be friends with me in 20 years when we maybe meet back up at this hockey rink." And then he's like, "You know what? I never want to lose again." Becomes a badass lawyer. We immediately jump back into the future, into now. And Gordon is just crushing it. The way he is playing that courtroom like a damn viola. I actually love the move where he goes over to his client and he's like, "Hey, I'm not saying anything, but just pretend like I'm talking to you and just nod your head." The judge hates it when I I make him wait, and he's like calling him over. I love that strategy. Great strat from Gordon right there. And then I don't even remember what exactly he says, but he literally brings up one thing from the past, and the judge folds like a lawn chair.
Because like, wasn't that you, Judge? That was your ruling, and he's like, overruled to your objection to the other guy.
He doesn't just say overruled. He literally gets immediate panic in his eyes, and he does that like Disney step over guy thing. The character that gets stomped on, he's like, overruled.
Your Honor, the applicability of societal intent vis-a-vis individual action is well established. I'm citing Minneapolis v. Higgins, in which the appellate court overruled a judge who disallowed similar testimony. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that was you. Wasn't it, Judge Weathers?
I stand corrected, Counselor. Objection overruled.
Gordon walks out with another victory, hops in his hot rod.
A little vet, a little Corvette.
Vet.
Yeah.
And my question then becomes, so now, next thing you know, he is just cruising, just bottle romping.
It just takes a quick turn for like a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And we're like, we want to root for the guy. We're like, bro.
I think, arguably, we're not even sure if we want to root for Gordon because he kind of comes off as this hotshot lawyer that, like, is all about winning. He'll do anything. He literally says right at the beginning, he's like, "Oh, you have no idea how low I'll be willing to sink or whatever," or something like that.
Oh, you really stooped to an all-time low on this one, Bombay. I'm insulted by that, Frank. You have no idea how low I can stoop.
So we're not sure if we actually want to root for him. Like, usually movies don't want you to like root for lawyers. I've noticed, they're kind of like the bad guys. Mm-hmm. So he's totally playing that hotshot lawyer thing. Next thing you know, he's just cruising in his missile, just swigging Heineken's
glass bottles. Too. Not even like, hey, let me get some cans.
Not even like, I mean, just like pour a little rum in this can of Coca-Cola. No, he's just swinging it.
Swerving in the snow, dude.
But my question is, did the officer pull him over because he was swerving and bottle romping it in the driver's seat? Or was it just because he saw his driver's license said, "Just win"?
A combination of the two.
You got to get that guy. If you're an officer and you see a "just win" kind of even go an ounce over the speed limit, you're pulling that guy over for sure.
You're like, "Hey, guess what? It's time to lose." And then he rolls down the window, and what's playing? And I looked this up for us.
That's right. Yeah.
We're gonna, get a little sound clip of this one. A little sound clip for you. Okay. But it's a song called "Hey Man" by the Poor Boys, which of course no one's ever heard of. But go ahead and look it up because it's like the most 90s song ever, and he had just gotten in an argument with his boss. Yeah. And the lyrics are like, "Hey,
Mr. Quack,
get off my back, and I'm going to just win and drink," and I don't know. Just see the lyrics. It's fucking fantastic. Dude.
Okay, we're going to play it right now. "Hey man, you're a badass. Get your drive on. Go drink."
That's actually very close. And now we know where Smash Mouth got the lyrics for their
Inspiration comes from all forms.
There you go. Who sampled who?
Especially in the 1992 film Mighty Ducks. So then my question becomes, Gordon gets in trouble, obviously, with the law. He gets kind of a lenient sentence because he's homies with Mr. Ducksworth. The law firm kind of hooks him up. So my question then becomes, is forcing a known felon who has been known to drive with open containers of alcohol through the snowy streets of Minnesota. Is forcing him to be the coach of a Pee Wee hockey team really a just sentence? Is that a serviceable sentence?
Unpaid leave, by the way.
Unpaid leave. He's getting paid for it. Like while he's
what a boss.
It's a boss move on his end, and he's like acting pissed off about it. But can we spare a thought for like the parents of these hockey teams? They're like, oh, you're getting a new coach. What's his deal? Yeah, he's being forced to coach us because he was swerving on the snowy streets. Ripping out shots of tequila and just winning it all down the road at 80 miles an hour. So, yeah, that's your coach now. Have fun with him, kids. We're going to leave you alone with him for multiple hours a day.
That's him on the ice in his limo. What a great coach.
And here he is. He's driving right up on the ice in a limo and stacking kids in his in a vehicle just like he had speeding around the snowy streets, So then we meet the team, and I got to say, the cast of the team of the Mighty Ducks, kind of a legendary squad, actually. Let's do a quick little cast roll call of like some of the notable members of the team. First of all, we have a young Joshua Jackson, who I was watching this, and I'm like, why do I feel like I know this kid? And I'm like looking at him closer, and I was like, is that Joshua Jackson? Looked it up. Little Charlie, Joshua Jackson, goes on later to be known for his Dawson's Creek fame, and nothing else of note that I recall after that, but he was probably in a bunch of rom-coms and shit. I don't know. Seems like something he was doing in the late 90s.
Was he in The Skulls? That was a good movie.
The Skulls.
Let's go. Bop, bop.
I never watched it. Heard good things. I didn't actually.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
So we had Joshua Jackson, Lil Pete from Pete and Pete. I don't know if you ever watched that on Nickelodeon.
Was that Pete Mark?
I don't know if he had a...
Is that the one that wore the leather jacket so you can see how like much of a troublemaker?
No, who was that kid? That kid looks familiar too.
I don't know, but I didn't know they made leather jackets that small so you
I
could
didn't
look
know
like
that...
like a young Bruce Springsteen.
But it's important that he was wearing it at every scene just so you know he was the badass one. He's the one with the edge to him.
A little edgy. He always had the attitude.
Did you ever have any kids in like elementary school who like showed up to school with a leather jacket?
Leather jacket? Absolutely not.
No, me neither. So,
but if you saw someone wearing a leather jacket, what would you think?
Oh, that kid's badass.
I'm gonna let's hang out by the swing set and just shoot the shit of why you're wearing a leather jacket.
And I don't want to piss him off while I'm doing that.
No.
Because he will make me eat the sand below the swing set real quick. Clearly, he also looks like one of those kids that showed up in like 90s movies that I grew up on watching, but nothing like stood out to me. I'm sure if I actually searched his IMDb, I would find something. Then I wrote. Then we had the fat kid from Heavyweights,
Goldberg,
and then I wrote. And then there was the other fat kid from Heavyweights.
Carp.
And I think another one on that team was even in there too. So
the cast of Heavyweights just...
I feel like they probably shot them back to back too. It feels like around the time. And they're just like, hey, we got the whole squad.
We're going to sign you to a 2-movie deal, guys.
And you know what else? They pulled in Kenan Thompson too and then just swooped him in on D2. So he got added to the squad. He was just part of it.
Great. Good callback. Right
Yeah. So they were a true team, just quacking all the way.
Averman,
okay.
Fucking Averman.
I got to say about Averman, as I was watching this last night, I was like, I honestly kind of hate myself for ever thinking that kid was funny at all. I feel like his whole the copy guy shtick, like Rob Schneider's played out role that he used to do the same character every week on Saturday Night Live back in the day. Just like, oh, it's the Steve Meister, Steven around, Steve Areno, and he's just doing that. And I hate the idea that maybe when I first saw this when I was like probably like 6 or 7 years old, like I probably thought that was funny. But that kid's a one-note shtick that gets no laughs from me.
The Pink Meister, Mr. Rabble Rouser, passing the fuck over to Jesse Rooney, the Enforcer. Ouch! That hurt!
He honestly, probably the most annoying kid on the team. I know he's kind of supposed to be, but he was also supposed to be like the comic relief. It actually dates this movie, arguably more than anything else, into 1992. So there's a good chance that modern day kids watching it have no idea what act he's doing. Maybe they find it fresh and new and funny. I don't know.
I don't want to jump too far ahead because we're talking about the first one.
Yeah.
But it always bothers me that Averman made Team USA somehow. Because what the fuck? You couldn't find one other person better than...
He was
the Ape Meister. The fucking hit it with the hockey stick Meister.
They had to keep the comic relief as part of the squad.
And he had like that awkward voice. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that kid sucked.
Which is why Connie, the one of the girls on the team, calls him a jerk at one time in the movie, and I'm like, hell yeah. This is why we like Connie. You're such a jerk. It was perfect.
Wait, Connie was that? I thought the girl's name was Duncan. I thought, right, or something.
Connie Moreau.
Oh, is this? Are you talking about D2?
No, D1 still.
Were there multiple girls on
Connie
team?
Moreau and Guy Germain. They're the couple where Guy's trying to hook up, I guess, between two movies that never kissed her, because fast forward again in the second one, he was about to kiss her and he's like, I was this close.
Wait, are we talking about the character names or the actor names?
No, these are the
because you're gonna lose me if you're talking actor names.
These are character names.
Okay.
Connie Moreau, Guy Germain. You're thinking of
I don't know.
Tammy Duncan, who was the figure skater.
Yeah. So there's
later.
Are you telling me there's multiple girls on this team?
Two.
I didn't even realize that.
Connie Moreau is
the
one that kind of looks.
Don't
like a
I
young
feel
Jennifer
like
Connelly.
a sexist fuck? I just thought there was one.
That's what
girl.
we're here for. We're
I
gonna
just
get
thought there
this
was
right.
one girl on the team. I don't know. Maybe they look the same to me.
Anyway,
yeah, I thought the girl on the team was the figure skater.
She calls him a jerk, and it's fantastic because Averman is a fucking jerk, right?
Yeah. No, he just sucks.
He sucks.
He's not funny. He's clearly not a talented skater or hockey player. He just stands off to the side, does his little Rob Schneider commentary, and nobody was laughing at any point. And Gordon was right to punch him in the back of the head. Did that happen? Did I make that up?
I think you just kind of put yourself in his shoes and be like, if I were the coach,
it was glorious.
I'm gonna literally punch him in the back of the head.
I mean,
it is okay though because
we all kind of wanted to see a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was 1992 also, and everybody would have been. I mean, they fucking tied up Goldberg to a net and just firing squatted hockey pucks at him for like 10 minutes straight. And I was thinking about it as I was watching that, like, speaking of the difference between how it was back then and now, like, if there was footage of a hockey coach doing a fire, like tying up their goalie and then just fire squatting like hundreds of pucks like directly at him, and he can't even like use his body parts to block it, arguably ends up in jail. At least, if nothing else, becomes a notable like court case that everybody's talking about and everybody's voicing their opinion on, that he should be put to jail, or if not death, you know.
The coach?
Yes.
Oh.
And made all the worse by the fact that then they also just leave him tied up.
Yeah. Hey, let's all go grab some ice cream sundaes. Fucking just leave him here.
Massive oversight on Gordon's part.
You guys hungry? Yeah! Tired? Pumped up? Yeah! Good! That was a hell of a practice, guys. Be proud of yourself.
Hey, guys! Excuse me, guys. You gotta tell me now. Good joke. Very funny. I like it. No joke. Come on, guys.
Different time, different age. And speaking of that, one of the other things I took note of is like, there's no way that kids nowadays could ever understand the joy that kids growing up in the 90s felt for getting strangers to touch poop. Like, there was something about getting somebody you didn't know to accidentally, unwillingly touch feces that really riled up the kids of the 90s
They went dumpster diving just so they can prank someone to touch poop. That's commitment right there.
Did I recall this? Was there a point when like they're watching like a dog like take a shit and they're like, and he did it? Like, do I remember that?
They literally said he shoots, he scores or something when the dog takes his shit. And then what they don't show is how did you get that shit in the purse?
Where did you get the purse from either?
Then why are you? No, they dumpster dive for it.
They just found a purse in the dumpster?
He's like, got one. And I'm like, one, you're in a dumpster.
That makes me believe that this is not their first dumpster either.
No, not at all.
They have spent their afternoon literally diving into heaps of trash.
They got a map of hot dumpsters that they can just dump into at any given point.
Simply for the 2-second thrill of getting some guy they don't know to maybe touch his index finger on just a little bit of shit. Just a tiny bit. And that
was the highlight of their day.
And that was it. Yeah. And you know what? It was all worth it. They earned that joy. Joy comes to the Gen Z kids way too easily these days, man. Like, they had to work for that. It was such a minor piece of their day, but they're all going to remember that for the rest of their life.
Can I just say one thing about the team, though? We talked about how he meets the team, and one of the things that bothered me the most about that is the whole team is a bunch of fucking shitheads, right? They're all fucking being smart asses. And the second he shows any kind of attitude, they're like, "Oh, you can't say that. We're kids." And I'm like, bro, he's gonna match your energy. Like, fuck you, little shits. He's busy. He's gonna have some coffee in the limo, and he's got to win cases. And you guys don't mean anything to him.
Yeah.
And then they play victim. I don't like that. I don't know what that says. What kind of coach I would be. I don't know.
I mean, not as restrained as Gordon Bombay was. I like that he's unwillingly going back to be a hockey coach, even though he has this like deep backstory that apparently still gets talked about to the town this day. And I wonder, like, what does it say about this town in Minnesota that they're still all like continuing to discuss this Pee Wee Hockey League final from 1973, 20 years later? Like, why is this still such a talking point in this town that gets brought up? Why does Hans have a newspaper clipping framed of Gordon missing the shot? That's like the first thing you see when you walk into
and the fact that Hans is fucking just like laying back in the cut at the game, like being all mysterious. It's like, bro, just go talk to him, Hans.
That first shot when he's just like, Hans, and then he gives one of these, he's just like,
yeah. And he disappears so fast. I'm like, that guy's not moving that fast.
And you're like immediately like, whoa, what's Hans' deal?
Yeah.
Hey, what's his deal with Gordon? I need to know the backstory of this guy.
Hans?
Turns out he's like, I don't even know, like he runs like a shop that like sharpens skates or something.
Like the
shop. And has all this sports paraphernalia on the wall. Center stage is the 1973 Pee Wee Hockey Finals when Gordon missed the shot.
It's framed.
The first thing is, why would you frame that? And like the picture is like Gordon's like missing it and he looks all sad. And the headline says something like, Bombay messes up chance for like Hawks 9th straight district championship. And he's just like, you know, it reminds me of like The Simpsons when Homer says something like, he's like, you know, my dream has always been to be a monorail conductor. And she's like, your dream was to run on the field at a baseball game. And you did that. And then she like points to like a newspaper clipping. And it's like, dumb idiot ruins game. And he just goes, I still don't understand why you got that framed. Because like, why would you have that framed in the first place? And then let alone keep it there for 20 years. Just so like Gordon gets it like further driven in his head that he fucked up.
And he's supposed to be the father figure, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
But here, I just want to remind you how bad you fucked up.
Yeah.
But now get your shit together. Stop crying.
And it seems like everybody else in the town is ready to do that as well. And also Hans, for some reason, has like the entire standings of Pee Wee League hockey like etched on the wall. He's like devoted an entire wall to his shop to keep up with the standings. And I'm not even sure, like, is the whole town thus following Hans' word as to like where everybody sits? Because he's literally got like every team, and I don't even notice, but he says one team, he's like, as you know, the Panthers, they're out for the whole season because they got struck with the measles. I saw a theory. Are we sure that Gordon didn't come in with the winning mentality he has? Literally puts fucking just win on his license plate. Did he enter this league and it was just immediately figure out a way to infect the Panthers with measles? Because as he says it, if you look at Gordon, he just kind of gives like a little like, I heard something about that.
That might have been me.
Oh yeah,
they did
to me. What?
Oh my
what?
God.
Measles?
That's terrible.
I thought they extracted that in Nam.
So we just need one win, right?
So we need one more win
right.
to beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, we can do that.
The Ducks have a shot at the playoffs?
Sure. Everyone but the last two teams are in. Remember? The Panthers got the measles and they forfeited the season. So you beat the Huskies and you make the playoffs.
I don't know. It feels like Hans might be keeping track. I would say more intense than anybody else, but they do also have a headline clipping at one point that say of the town newspaper that just states Ducks and Cardinals tie. It's just like, so.
Can I just say real quick, and I appreciate you having me on this podcast. It's always a good time to be here. Of course. And we take notes and we laugh because we use the word fucking a lot. I just want to say one quick note that I had on here. It just says fucking Hans.
Wait,
because there's just so much. You just say that, and if you know the movie, you're like, yeah, he's the fucking guy that's just behind the scenes, It's fucking Hans, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I had a note that was exactly just that. It was just fucking. Well, I took my notes with my notepad, so I wrote it in that one. So I might have reworded it differently once I transferred it to the computer. But one of my notes was just fucking Mike Madonna or something like that. It was something like that.
Man, the fucking is always a good thing. The fucking.
That's me and J-Way's thing.
It's so great.
We've been doing it for years.
Fucking.
Fucking
Mr. Ducksworth.
I got fucking Coach Riley's collar pop. Fucking, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I literally have a line that says "fucking Coach Riley." Like,
Nice game. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
these are the detailed notes because if I see this note and it says "fucking Hans," I'm like,
yeah,
I'm gonna talk.
We know how to go from there.
Fucking
yeah,
Coach Riley. I'm thinking, I taught you how to go for the W. Like, it's just shit like that, dude. Like, you already know.
Big time Shooter McGavin vibes with the collar pop.
Beautiful collar pop.
And he does it like when they're playing in the championship game too. He looks over at them as they're like up 3-0 and he's like,
you know what my favorite line from him is though? Like, they play the Ducks for their first game and
Right,
they're
right.
just fucking romping on him, right?
Right.
And he's getting mad at his kids for celebrating. He's like, anybody can beat these pansies.
yeah.
I'm like, my man right there, dude. He don't give a shit. This is how he's going to coach. That's it.
One note I took on that game, I said there are way too many fans cheering on the Hawks' 16th goal. If you look, they score their 16th goal and the whole stands behind them erupt in applause. Like, they are amped for every single one of these goals. And I just got to feel like, you know, if you're in the cheering section of the Hawks, you know, maybe act like you've been there a little bit before when they score goal number 16. Because you have.
So hockey is religion in Minnesota.
Clearly. And they still talk about Pee Wee hockey games that happened 20 years ago, which, by the way, I love the the row of banners. 20 years straight of, like, Hawks championships.
All black.
And then there's the one yellow second place banner.
I wish they would take that one down.
Why did
Don't you?
Why did they put it up? Why was that even bannered? Clearly, this team is above second place. It almost feels like everybody in this town is doing things just to needle at to needle at Gordon.
Oh, 100%.
Just to like make sure he knows how much he
Absolutely.
fucked up that one penalty shot. It all makes sense as to why Gordon decided he hates hockey and needed to just win as much as he can where he can. And that's in the courtroom where clearly he's a boss. Which, by the way, that then brings me back to one of the main points of this movie that I think is the key turning moment of the entire movie, that where everything turns on an axis. The Gordon Bombay heel turn. So we meet Gordon. He's got a little edge to him. He's kind of got that win at all costs. He's a hotshot lawyer. He wants to teach Charlie to take a dive, you know, and teach his kids to, like, you know, do whatever it takes to win. If you can cheat a little bit and that helps get points on the scoreboard, you do that. But then he gets softened up, mostly, I think, because of the arrival of Charlie's mom and she's able to soften the hard exterior because he's like, you know what? Actually, I think there could be some pluses here by getting on Charlie's good side. So, and Charlie's just nudging it along the whole way, you know,
playing wingman,
pimping out his mom.
Yeah.
Just
you want to
like,
stay for dinner? Like, what?
How many times has he had to ask? I say Charlie's mom does the invite at least once, you know? Back to the heel turn. So he finds some legal loophole in the system that pulls the best player off the Hawks based on, like, some gerrymandering of the districts that states this kid that's played the whole season with his friends and his coach, the Hawks, I'm actually going to swipe that kid over here because I figured out some legal jargon that's going to allow me to do it, right? And so he's forced over to the Ducks. The coach and Adam Banks, the kid that he gets, his dad, they show up to Ducksworth's office, and they have a very reasonable plan to be like, hey, these are his kids. His brothers have always been Hawks. This is in our family. So we've kind of like taken the action to be like, we need to have him actually on the Hawks. I'm sure you can understand. And fucking Gordon is so addicted to winning that not only would he give another team measles, he's going to make sure he gets this kid. He's like, what? Have you seen how sharp he is on the wing? I need that kid on my team. He goes and brings the whole team to his argument is like, I'm not going to give up on these kids. By the way, in the last scene, we learned all the kids fucking hate Adam Banks.
They fucking hate Adam
They
Banks.
don't want any of them on the team.
Yeah.
They literally storm out one by one and walk past him. They're not interested in having him. Literally, you're the only one on the team that wants him. So, can we psychoanalyze what happens next? Gordon ends up quacking at his boss.
Several times.
He's done all these legal loopholes to try to pull this kid away from his team and where his family likes to be. They've simply asked, can you actually let him go back? And he puts his job on the line for it. And he's willing to lose his job at a high-shot lawyer firm just to get this kid on the team so he can win some Pee Wee Hockey League. And when that's denied, when his boss tells him, I'm literally going to fire you if you keep pushing this, what's his response? Quack, 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 quack,
Quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, Mr. Ducksworth. Gordon, stop quacking. He's like, nah, I'm going to double down.
No, I'm going to continue to quack harder,
Hey,
actually.
guess what? Knock, knock. Who's there? Quack, quack, quack. And fucking does the arms and everything.
And I'm not going to let those kids down.
Gordon, I'm going to make this simple. Are you prepared to lose your job over some kids? Some game?
Let me ask you, sir. Are you prepared to fire me over some kids? Some game?
Collect your personal belongings, Gordon.
Yes, sir, Mr. Ducksworth. Thank you very much, Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, quack, quack,
Gordon,
quack, quack.
stop
Quack, quack,
quacking.
quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack.
This is a meltdown of nuclear proportions. I want you to imagine. It's like one of those moments. Imagine we start the movie with just Gordon in Ducksworth's office, and he's just quacking at him on his desk, and he's like, quack, 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 and then it pauses, and it's like, yup, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. Let me explain what led to this meltdown.
Freeze frame. Record scratch.
Record scratch. Arguably one of the greatest meltdowns in cinema history that isn't talked about enough, but he gets bailed out from not being fired after getting a DUI with an open container while cruising the streets to, what was the song?
Hey Man by the Poor Boys.
Hey Man, you're a poor boy.
Hey man, you're a poor boy. Get your drink on.
Go drive.
Yep.
So he's able to get a paid leave for doing that. But then his attempts to steal a kid from the rival hockey team to pull him with some district loophole, that's not going to fly with Ducksworth. And that man discontinuing his allegiance with the Ducks, and yet that team still carries his name to this day. Gerald Ducksworth.
Yeah.
Should be an Anaheim legend. They should put a statue of him out there. Not this Walt Disney shit. Anaheim, you are glorifying the wrong legend. So anyways, yeah, that was just my favorite moment of the movie.
You know the thing about Adam Banks too, though. Like obviously he introduces him to the team, brings him in. He walks in with his Hawks bag. I'm like, bold move, and everyone's like walking by him like,
that's the bag he
fucking
has.
cake eater. Like, by the way,
What?
I never knew. So because I like to eat cake every now and then, that you're gonna hold that against me. Who came up with that line?
What if that was
who
just,
is a cake eater?
What if that was just like a nickname he received at like a birthday party when he was 7, and he's just never outran it?
Damn,
Like
yeah.
they're like,
okay, that makes sense.
They're like, Adam, are you really going in for a 5th slice of cake? And he's like, I'm hungry.
And everyone's like, hey, look at this cake eater.
Yo, look at this cake eater. You know who I feel like could have adorned that nickname on him and probably would have stuck is Goldberg. That feels like a Goldberg move. It'd be like, oh, look at this cake eater over here. Cake eater. Cake eater.
But while Goldberg's eating cake,
But
too.
he's definitely got a cake.
He has cake for her.
But he's
Yeah,
like
100%.
acknowledgeably fat. He's just like, yeah, I'm the fat kid. I don't care, you know. He was proud of being the heaviest kid in the heavyweights camp.
And he worked
you know?
at like
He
a
was,
sandwich
doing
shop.
this.
And yeah, you know. But anyway, what I was going to say too real quick about Adam Banks is they give him shit. They don't like him. He's a hawk. He's not a duck. And then you fast forward to the game and Gordon's like, pass it to Banks. And what does he do right away? He scores a goal. And what do? They fucking run up and hug him. Way to go, Banks. And it's like, wait, did you just hate him? And now he scored a goal? Like, these kids, I don't know, man.
More evidence that all you need to do is win.
Just win.
Gordon had it right all the time. Just win, baby. Put it on a license plate. If you win, all is forgiven, you know? What is the difference between how we remember Michael Vick and O.J. Simpson? Well, what their crimes did were massively different things, I'm saying, man. But the point is, Michael Vick did winning after his crime, so it gave time to be like, you know what? I'm actually okay with him. O.J. Simpson, he was already done with his football playing career. There's no winning left in that tank, so nobody's going to forgive him for that. Mm-hmm. There was probably another example I could have used that was less harsh, but it was escaping me at the moment. But
it'll come to you.
It'll come.
Can I actually also throw out that, and we're going to take some heat for this because I know you're going to agree with me, but the one, we laughed at the name the Ducks, but I saw what Gordon was doing. That's how he was going to get money for the team. But once you get that $15,000 and everyone's buying all the gear, that logo, the original Ducks logo, is one of the ugliest logos you could ever come up with.
The original jersey.
So I might get heat for that because Ducks fans will be like, no, man, you don't even know. No. Look at the logo and tell me that thing is fucking stupid.
I don't even remember that being their logo because the logo I remember was I remember having some Ducks gear when I was let it be known, like when I was a kid growing up with this movie, like Ducks gear was hot for a minute. You know what I mean?
The Duck hockey mask one.
The hockey mask one is the one I remember.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
That one was sick.
So that's D2.
Yeah, okay.
But the original one, like the green... And he's like a duck playing hockey.
It literally, it looked like Plucky from Tiny Toons.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You know? Those kids were right to jeer at the name, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to wear this jersey and the duck looks like that. I mean, I don't know.
Also did...
they got hooked up in D2, though. I will say that.
Yeah, the gear got fresh for sure. Yeah. And that was the logo that I remember like having a shirt of and seeing around. Yeah, the hockey mask... Duck logo, way cooler. I want to know if Gordon just freestyled the mighty part of it, as he was like kind of getting the kids going. He was getting them in on it. Which kid is the first one that goes in? Is it Fulton? Fulton. Yeah, we gotta talk. We gotta talk about Fulton.
I don't know how to skate.
Did you notice? And this connects to Fulton. How much Little Giants DNA is in this movie? There is so many similarities. I kept noticing it as I was watching this. Like, first of all, the first game they're playing, they don't like have uniforms. They're just kind of like wearing random gear they pulled out of the garage. One kid has like a plastic football helmet. I feel like in the first game of the Little Giants, it was like the same thing. There was like a kid wearing like a chest protector, like a catcher's chest protector. There's just probably a kid with a hockey helmet. Like,
it's like a makeshift.
It was just makeshift mishmash team of just like whatever you can pull out. Then you had the ringer that they just found, and in Little Giants that was Spike. In the Ducks, it's Fulton. And then there's the, deep-seated kind of rivalry that lives in the shadow of our main protagonist. That's sort of a shadow of his past that's always kind of over him that he has to overcome. And in Little Giants, that's Rick Moranis trying to overcome Ed O'Neill. And here we have Gordon Bombay trying to finally beat Coach Riley with a much more established team where he got all the good kids, they're clearly more skilled. And he just has to coach this ragtag crew of mishmash nobodies and turn them into a winning group. And he does it by motivational speeches, by simply saying one word repeatedly. Quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. To the point that he literally has them quacking at their principal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Why did the quacking thing never take off with like Anaheim Ducks fans? I've never been to a game,
but at some point it did. But I think after a while, people that were actually at the games
when they lost the Mighty and the Disney aspect, they probably lost the quack chant. But I like to think that was probably a thing. It's not a bad chant for like a stadium to get like people hyped on. Also, about Fulton, why does Gordon have him? So we meet Fulton when they're just driving, and his car gets like just his window shattered, and he's like, "Holy shit, what was that?" Kid was just firing hockey pucks just
into the street,
roguely, just slap-shotting them into oncoming traffic. So then Gordon goes and runs him down, and he's like, "I don't give a shit about the car. Let me see your slap shot." hit another practice shot for me. So why does he have him then face directly at his very same car?
Break another window.
Hits it again. Dude, you're like surrounded by alley walls. Hit literally any other direction.
Hold it! Whoa. Look, it was an accident, all right?
Never mind the window. Where'd you learn to shoot like that?
Didn't learn, I just do it.
Do it again. Well, you're great at breaking windows.
Gordon's like, fuck it, that's not my car, man. I don't even like that driver. You hear how much when he first got in the driver's car, it actually kind of reminded me of like a precursor of what was to come in the future with chatty Uber drivers. Where he's like telling him, he's like, oh yeah, back in the 70s, I used to drive the Stones, man. It was a party. And he's like, I didn't ask for any information on your backstory.
Man, that was the life. Chicks, parties, amps cranked up to about 8 jillion decibels. Doctor said all that loud music damaged my hearing, but I got no regrets, except for the 80s.
How many times have you been in an Uber where the Uber driver decides telling you about how this isn't even his real job? It's just kind of his second thing to make money, because what he really does, and he starts telling you about like some new business idea that he's in on, and
I got worms.
I got worms. That's what we're gonna call it. Let's get back into where we were. So they grab Fulton. He becomes a slap shot king, and then the Ducks only make the playoffs because of his mad slap shot, and because 5 kids on the other team don't have the stones to just get in front of the puck that is coming directly at him. Even one of those kids willing to take that bullet, Ducks season is over. There's no Hollywood ending for the team, but they all have the misguided decision to hop out of the way, including the goalie. It's like you had the pat. Did you see the firing squad hurling all their pucks at Goldberg? Step in front of that one, guy.
You got one job.
What are you doing? I know he's like a fierce slap shot, but like, come on.
It's not a big point too, but he's like, he gives him skates, and he's like size 9. He's like 9.5. Wear big socks. Like, don't be a bitch. Just fucking take these.
With skates?
He's like, I made these for you. Just fucking take them.
There you are. Sharpened, laced, ready to go.
What's this?
Your new skates. I figured 9.5 was your size.
Oh, actually, I'm a 9.
Wear thick socks, Gordon.
Even though I've taken close enough interest in your life to keep the framed newspaper clipping of your biggest failure, I didn't bother to remember what shoe size you are, even though I make skates for you. So.
But it's okay, because I'm fucking Hans.
Fucking Hans.
Fucking Coach Riley's collar.
Dude, we need to
all right.
Okay, at the end of this, we're going to give our 6-man award, because I actually haven't even thought about it, but I have a feeling. Yeah, we'll do a little awards real quick. But first, let's go ahead and get to the big game. Every great sports movie needs a good championship game. This one is built up perfectly. Highlighted by that awesome like championship graphic where it's like Gordon and Riley's face like in the newspaper.
Did you see
the
split?
The split, like half the
fade.
shadow.
The split fade.
Man, that literally looked like a main event boxing fight.
Can you do that of one of us for like the cover?
Yes, we should. we should get actually like get the lighting just so. And I want like a split screen of me and your face and Gordon and Riley's. By the way, question about Riley. So you're telling me this guy's just been this king Pee Wee hockey coach for like 20 plus years, just winning championships left and right. Never leveled up from there. Never decided to take on like maybe a high school or a coaching gig. Maybe even shoot your shot at the big leagues. Fuck it. Even Gordon's taking a shot at the big leagues, and he's been away for 20 years of the game. But Riley's just like, no, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
He's got to go to at least high school level, like Bud, like Bud Kilmer.
Yeah, go through your Bud Kilmer era. You know, I'm sure the town would glorify you, just like that Varsity Blues town did for Bud. I'll build a statue for you. You can talk about your 2 national titles. Count them up right there. In my time, I have brought this town 20 district titles and 2. I'm sure you know the speech better than I do.
No,
Let me
you
hear
got it. You actually got it.
Did I?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I haven't seen it in a long time. And count them 2 national titles. That's right. Woo! And then it's like pep rally.
Your
music.
captain, Lance Harbor.
Mr. Lance Harbor. Okay, so we're at the championship game now, right? I swear they changed the Coach Riley quote that we heard all throughout the movie at the end. They like flipped it. It was like, "You're not only letting me down, you're letting the team down." I feel like going into the last game, they said, "You're not only letting the team down, you're letting me down."
Now, you missed this shot. You're not just letting me down, you're letting your whole team down, too. All right, it's up to you, Gordon. Now, you missed this shot. You're not just letting your team down, you're letting me down, too.
They added a little more sauce to it.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of, "I believe in you." I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, but hang on.
Since when do you believe in him?
Coach Riley never had any belief in Gordon. Only when he thought it could maybe help him win. And then the second that dagger passed, he was like, "I'm off that train." Fuck you, Gordon. You ruined my 21st district titles. A lot of DNA of Coach Kilner in Coach Riley.
Yep.
So as soon as the game starts, I'm just like, okay, there's no way the Ducks are beating the Hawks, though. Like, they're flying around the ice. They're a uniformed, cohesive unit of just far superior athletes. Quicker, stronger.
Taller, faster.
They go up 3-0 like immediately, and you know the Ducks are gonna win. So you're like, I'm already just not. Like, let's be real. I know where this is going, and the 3-0 score is the most realistic part of the game. It's like, yeah, that would happen. They are just literally skating circles around him. So the Ducks gotta get crafty. They gotta start pulling out some of their trick books. Which reminds you of what Disney movie that came out around that same time?
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Little fucking Giants. Boom. Had to get the fucking Fumblerooski play.
Fumblerooski.
So when it comes to Mighty Ducks trick plays, which one did you favor? The Duncan does the triple axel or the good old flying V? Where were you stand?
I mean, I think I'm going to be with everyone and just say the iconic flying V. We had never seen anything like it.
That had to have been invented.
We'll never see it again.
I feel like it had to have been invented. It's no way that like the writers of that movie pulled it out. There's definitely some, I'd say, hockey historians that could pull out where the flying V was invented. But my thinking of it was like, okay, if this is that effective, just fucking do that every time, right? Like, why are you guys fucking around with all this passing around in the backcourt over here? You know, just flying V the shit out of it. Similar to my stance on, hey, if Fulton can just like slice through the whole team with like his mean slap shot, why don't you guys just set him up? It seems like every time they decided to do that strategy, I'd be like, get it to Fulton. He just happens to have the whole ice clear right in front of him so that he can just have the time to slow motion and rip it literally through the back of the net. So, but that's how they end up tying it up.
That's Gordon, though. Gordon was like, make sure he gets plenty of room.
Yeah.
And the Oreo line, by the way, I don't know if you all remember that, but the Oreo line is Jesse and his brother and Guy, I believe, or Adam Banks. And I was like, this is aggressive for a kid's movie.
What? What was the line?
The Oreo line, like an
I don't
Oreo
remember
cookie.
it. What do they say?
They say, one, it's when they're playing the Hawks, and the Hawks in the first game are like, what is this, the Oreo line? Because it's 2 black kids and 1 white kid in the middle. And then Jesse gets upset. No, right. That. You got to get upset at that if you're.
Yeah.
And then in the big game, the championship, Jesse scores. He's like, yeah, the Oreo line. I'm like, wait a second. We'll flip it. Okay, we'll celebrate the Oreo line now. They actually say it one more time. They say it 3 times total. Each time I was like, this is really happening right now? What would Hans think? That's what I always come back to.
I want every discussion to end with what would Hans think. Because clearly his opinion is the most valued in this town. More so than the brother's dad who like storms in and like he doesn't seem to be that strongly concerned about,
No.
What did he say when he came in and he pulled him out?
I mean, he's teaching him how to cheat. And he's like, this is what I gave up my overtime for? To see my kids taking falls? And I'm like, you know what? I felt that, though. I was like, fuck you, Gordon. This guy's a hardworking blue-collar man, needs his overtime, and he goes to the rink.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, His kids are just diving all over the place. The Oreo line is all over on the floor.
My thinking of that was, I didn't ask you to fucking give up your overtime. What do you? That was a you decision. Did you need to do that? Get your money, bro.
Gordon's straight up like, yeah, man, that's on you.
Look, I'm all about two things: get money and get the W. Okay, your overtime pay is way more important than like fucking watching some hockey games. Go get your fucking Benjamins, dude. I'm not gonna pull you away from that. And yes, we fucking cheated in a Pee Wee hockey game because here's the thing: I got an addiction to the dub. I need my wins, okay? And these kids are the only way I'm getting that right now because I'm not allowed to ace it in the courtroom. And I have a severe complex that I've been overcoming from my failure as a 7-year-old because this entire fucking town in Minnesota won't let me forget that shit. Fuck you guys. Dude. Fucking Riley. Fucking with your collar pop. Racist ass squad. Give me Banks. I'm taking Banks. Banks is on my team right now. I found a legal loophole. Okay? I'm taking that kid. And guess what? Banks ended up getting him 1 goal and then he got taken out. He did fuck all to help him. After all that trouble that they did to get Banks on the squad, he literally scored 1 goal and then he got taken out. And then had the dramatic takeout. Like, did they stretcher him out?
Totally stretchered him out. And then his dad runs onto the ice wearing a Hawks jacket and, by the way, a little Hawks pin.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, bro. My son would rather not play.
Hawks for life,
play
bro.
for you. I'm like, Dad, chill.
Yo,
I want to play.
The Minneapolis Pee Wee hockey program does not fuck around. When you bleed Hawks for life.
You get Hawks merch, Ducks merch. They had merch.
Yeah.
People had merch.
Okay. That brings us to the climax of the movie. Fucking Hawks, dude. You guys are supposed to be more disciplined than this. They fouled Charlie with literally like a fraction of a second on the clock. I'm surprised that we didn't see a Kilner-style chew-out from Coach Riley over there because, like, that really just fucked your team up. Now the Ducks are in position to have a game-winning penalty shot to win the whole shebang. And I thought it was charming that Gordon pretended like he cared about the team's opinion or who should take the final shot. He goes over to the bench, and he's like, all right, we got the opportunity to win it right here. Who's taking it? And they're all like, oh, they all point to like Fulton or somebody. They point to somebody.
Maybe Guy. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's just like, well, now what about Charlie? And they're all like, fucking Charlie? Charlie, what'd they call him?
Charlie Spazway.
Spazway?
Very creative name.
Dude, I don't know if you caught this, Coach, but he kind of sucks. And he's like...
Yeah, he's a goofball. He's fucking clumsy.
He doesn't take a dive when the coach tells him to, you know? He's a true player who's here to win, man.
There was some influence why he picked Charlie, though. I think we all know.
He's like, guys, here's the thing. Last 3 weeks, I've been 7 deep in Charlie's mom, okay? So I'm going to keep focusing on what's really important and make sure I'm in good with that. And if we could pull the W out, that's good too. So maybe Gordon has grown because winning's not the only thing that matters to him anymore.
Meatloaf and quality time with Charlie's mom.
Hell yeah. Those dinner invites are, scoring points. They're not inviting themselves, Except for they are because they're coming in the form of Charlie. So all of Charlie's invites, all of Charlie's dinner invites all year ended up paying off because then he gets to be the hero of the movie. And I was thinking as he was going to take the game-winning shot, I was thinking... Anybody watching this that doesn't think Charlie's about to score right now, I honestly, I admire your innocence because there was no chance he was. First of all, if it was either he scores and the Ducks win or we go to overtime. And you think after this dramatic moment, the whole build up to the penalty shot, they're going to be like, all right, 5 more on the clock. Let's start it all up again. Here we go. We're having to come down from that climactic moment, but that's hockey, baby. Let's go. 3-on-3. Let's hook it. So, yeah. Obviously, Charlie wins.
Triple deke.
Does the triple deke, just like Gordon, but this time doesn't hit the post because he's not a colossal failure like Gordon has proven to be.
Actually, he kisses the post, but it goes in.
Nice.
So he still almost fucking blew it.
But
he didn't.
Spazworth actually pulled it off this time. Wait, it wasn't Spazworth, was it? What do they call him?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Charlie.
Spazway?
Spazway. Yeah, Conway. Okay. So then the team celebrates, and immediately we get this out of nowhere, like, make out amongst 10-year-olds with, I assume it was Duncan, the girl. And I'm just like, I was just like, where did that come from right now? Was there a backstory that was, like, cut from the movie? Because there was no build up to that. Did I miss something, or was there, like, flirting amongst the teens? I didn't need to see some 10-year-olds, like, make out at the end of this movie to be, like, Victor. I didn't see any reason that needed to be. They literally shoehorned that in there as, like, a payoff to, like, some story that's been built up throughout it. And I missed that. I don't know.
I actually did not see that, so you might have to play that.
As the team celebrates, there's immediately, I didn't even catch who it was, but one of the...
Is it when they're all storming
They're all storming,
Okay.
and then one of the duck boys, like, grabs the duck girl, which I think her name was Duncan, right?
The brunette? Or
I didn't know there were two different girls on the team until 20 minutes ago.
Wait a second.
So I thought it was
Kiss at
Duncan.
the end?
Yeah, and he grabs her, and they, like, start, like, making out, and I'm like, whoa, these kids are literally children, okay?
Well, quack,
different
quack,
time.
Quack, quack.
Quack, 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 quack. And then we usually do the MVP in the old Three Things Day. We'd say who is the MVP of the movie. I think the obvious choice is Gordon, obviously, Emilio Estevez. But I'm going to curveball you for who I think the MVP of the movie. It's fucking Mike Modano. Because he sets our boy up with a tryout, even though he has admittedly not played hockey for like 20 years. But Mike Modano... his word means something in the landscape of the hockey business. And if he says this guy deserves a tryout, damn it, you're getting a minor league tryout with whatever club. They don't even say. But maybe that leads to fucking NHL pro Emilio Estevez, you know?
That's a good
running amok.
Have you seen D2?
I haven't seen I haven't seen even this movie since I was a kid. I think I remember seeing D2 also when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm
sure you have. For sure you have.
Well, I remember I've seen the like final scenes a lot of D2 because my old friend here from Manhattan Beach, Scott White, was the star of their team, Gunnar Stahl.
Oh, wait, I think you told me that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gunnar.
Yeah. And he's like, come on, let's go shake their hands. So
you lost it for yourself.
Yes, you lost it for yourself. Yeah, we used to always say that to him. It was commonly quoted. So he was the lead singer of the house band at the bar I worked at over here in Manhattan Beach for many years. So
was the name of that band Crucial Taunt?
It was actually the Scott White band. Yeah. So I spent a lot of time around him, and he actually had band shirts made up that had the stall on the back. So he played into it.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So I saw those parts of it, but I don't recall watching the whole movie in a long time. So yeah, go ahead.
But you'll say, I was just saying because you thought Mike Modano was an MVP, and he definitely was. Because
he
he
takes
got him
part?
that second shot.
Dude, Mike Modano was around like my entire life. It's like him and Jaromir Jagr have like both been like active NHL players for like pretty much the entirety of my existence. As long as I've ever heard of or known anything about what's going on in the NHL.
Is Jaromir still playing? I feel like
what I heard recently is like he is like retired, but not like officially.
Does
like
he have
he's
a mullet still?
Yeah, of course.
Hell
Man.
yeah.
The Jaromir Jagr mullet will always be running
Graceful.
strong. Yeah.
I think you know who my MVP is.
Who's that?
It's got to be fucking Hans. Hans is the one that brought Gordon down from his cloud of, I know you're this hot shot lawyer that can drink and drive and get away with it, but you fucked up when you were 4. I framed it for you. And now you need to get your shit together, if not for you, for these kids.
Just to
And also, the Panthers got the measles, so I know everything. I'm the MVP. I put this shit together, and here's some skates that aren't your size.
Okay, pack some extra layers of socks, bitch. Yeah, nobody cares more about hockey in this town than Hans, and I kind of feel like he's the one making the whole operation just smash. So cares a lot more than Gordon ever did. Gordon bailed the second he tasted failure. Hans, who stuck with it for 20 years, 20 years that we know of, he's probably still hanging around those rinks, stashing away newspaper clippings on the wall of other child's failures.
Of all the
only to let them humble them a little bit when they
Here's
come
the
back
wa-
20 years later. Just to let them know where they came from.
Hans's wall of shame.
Hans's wall of shame. Everything else on that wall was like accolades and like proud like players that came through there. And then that was the one like rogue, this team failed and it was mostly this kid's fault. Just to really let Gordon know anytime he ever actually came back. Hey, don't get too big for your britches, kid. I know where you came from. Stay humble. Okay, so then 2 more questions. The 6th man off the bench. I got to say Hans is mine. I'm going to say the 6th man award goes to Hans for me for all the things we just said. Well, who's yours?
Man, I'm gonna go Fulton. I think he was the game changer that they needed, not Adam Banks, even though Adam Banks is a very talented player, but
they taught him how to shoot pucks at moving cars.
Fulton is the one player that other teams feared.
Yeah, he was the game changer. They acted like Adam Banks was supposed to be.
What is the word for it? Enforcer.
He was the enforcer.
Yeah.
Threw the kid over the side after he took a cheap shot.
And then
at
got thrown
dunking.
out.
Yeah.
And the kid that threw the cheap shot did not get thrown out.
I know, that's hockey,
he got
bro.
2 minutes.
That's hockey. I also like that, okay, so he doesn't know how to skate. So first, Gordon teaches him how to shoot slap. He wants to see him practice slap shots by aiming directly at his driver's car. And then they want to teach him how to skate by speeding around a busy mall on like a Saturday.
Just fucking rollerblading in a crowded mall and pushing old ladies in a fountain while she's just trying to enjoy her shopping day.
That lady got doozed in that fountain, and it was just like played for laughs. Someone think about Harriet's day over here. She's getting
presents all wet.
She has to get home from the mall, which is supposed to be her nice Saturday out, sopping wet in her best weekend getup. I put that on Actually, I put that on Gordon.
It's Gordon's fault.
Also a little bit of Fulton's fault for not knowing how to fucking skate.
Very true.
Okay. Last question. This is a little something I stole from the Bill Simmons Rewatchables pod, which is very influential to this right here pod. What paraphernalia would you like? If you take anything from this movie, what would you bring home?
I'm going to have to go with Coach Riley's jacket.
Oh, I got Gordon's jacket. I got Emilio.
I could have sworn you would have said Coach Riley's jacket. The jacket pops. Come on, man.
Yeah, but okay, if it's something that I'm going to wear, I'm more likely to wear the all black. And I am collar popping every time I do something that just kicks a little bit of ass that day. Parallel park into a spot in one go. Oh, bitch.
Just look into your rearview mirror and do it to yourself.
Yeah. That's a rearview mirror pop for sure.
Little wink.
Yeah. Wake up 1 minute before my alarm goes off. There's one pop right there. That's how you know your day's starting off on the Riley foot. Okay? That earns you a pop right there.
But you're talking about something to wear for nostalgia. You're going the Bombay jacket.
Bombay jacket all the way. That's what I'm putting in the frame. That's frameable. I'd have it right here. I would get it to replace the Outcast right here.
With the Coach Bombay in perfect cursive.
Yeah.
Rurudo
right there. That thing's legendary. It's so like 90s with the Letterman jacket style.
You think it's like a suede?
It's like a leather, I think. The first thing I think of when I think of this movie, I think of the Gordon Bombay jacket before I even think of the shitty Ducks uniform. If there's 2 words that I think summarize this entire movie, it's Bombay jacket. And then obviously Hans. 3 words. But for now, that actually takes us to the end of our long and winding road down Duck Street. So for that, we only have 1 word for you.
Quack!
Quack, 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 quack.
Gordon, stop quacking.
Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
Quack, quack.